I think that we know ourselves more than we would like to give ourselves credit for. I think throughout life, we try to like go through and try to figure out, who we are with a lot of the hobbies and things that we do. But I think it's easier to have the mindset that we just already know ourselves very well than having the idea that we have to find out who we are. And I'm not saying that, you shouldn't be going out of your way to figure out more of who you are. But I think if you keep in mind that you already have a sense of self and you already have an idea of who you are, that it'll be a lot easier to navigate who you are as a person. You could ask yourself very simple questions of finding out who you are. You could be somebody who genuinely knows that you just don't like to do certain things. That in itself is already knowing a bit and a piece of who you are as a person. If you know that you don't like seafood, you're one step closer to knowing who you are because you've just asked yourself this question. I think it's a bit easier for people who are a bit naturally more of a deep thinker or somebody who thinks to themselves a lot and asks themselves these questions a lot. And it could be a bit harder for people who maybe don't do those things a lot of the time. But I feel like if you just ask yourself very, simple questions and dwell on it for maybe even a day, maybe that could be too long to ask yourself if you like seafood or not. But if you just give yourself the time to just understand, like, you do know who you are as a person, I think you'll be fine. Even when it comes to just like certain water, like if you know you're the type of person that you can't stand the taste of tap water, you know who you are. You know that you just don't like that thing, so you avoid it. You're somebody who does not like to drink tap water. You would rather have purified water. Personally, I thoroughly enjoy a cold glass of tap water in the summertime. That is who I am. I don't mind drinking tap water, and it's getting so bright that I literally look like I'm in freaking heaven right now. But you know that part of yourself. If you know that you can or cannot do something, you know that about yourself. You know that you can or cannot do this thing. If you have this idea that you want to be someone who does things that somewhat makes them uncomfortable, but you can still push through and do those things, then you know that you have to do those things to become that person. And all you really have to do is do those things to become somebody that you would want to be. If if that's who you want to be.